I'm Junior Kekueva Jr. from Here For You Life Coaching. And today we're going to talk about changing your mind to change your life. Okay. Now, before you even think of, teaching these things, you have to do it in my mind. So I look at a lot of, especially well, you want to call them entrepreneurs, but a lot of young people talking about manifestation when they really clearly don't understand the bottom line fundamentals. The bottom fundamental process of manifestation is your subconscious. It's not magic, it's not voodoo or magic in the magic sense. It's not that kind of thing. Okay, so it's subconscious. Now, I don't care if you're watching Tony Robbins, I don't care if you're watching Joe Dispenza, I don't care if you're following whoever you're following, Bob Proctor, all of these people, they're teaching subconscious teachings. Okay, so Rhonda Byrne, subconscious. The secret is subconscious. Okay, that's all there is. There is only the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. That's all that exists. That's the only thing. So if you change your mind, you will change your life. Now, before 2007, my career was good. I was making money. I was doing well. Everything was going like that. Okay, it started going like this in 1999. And I had no idea that what I was actually doing was manifesting these things because of the way I was working and because of the things I was doing and because of the things that I was thinking. And when I look back online, right, everything that I was fantasizing about at age 12 is online when I put my name in the search. Okay, so now I look back and I see these things, and you can't see it when you're in it, but you can see it, right, after you passed it and you look back and then you can see. So what I tell my clients, now I coach high performance clients, okay? This is my community service, what I'm doing this morning, okay? But in my private practice, I coach high performance professionals. And what I tell them is to look back at their past, what got them here, okay? What got you here to where you are today? Now take that and project it out in front of you. That is what your future is going to look like because that is what your subconscious is holding. Okay, follow me? Your beliefs. Okay, so if your subconscious is holding these beliefs that have gotten you here, something's working, right? Something's working. Now, in order to gauge what's happening here, right? When you're here, you're already successful, but you begin to identify with. Good morning, Jay. You begin to identify with your profession, with what you do, because what you do happens more than who you are. What I mean is you're at work more than you're at home. Okay? So what you do is always more than who you are. So you begin to identify with that. I'm the attorney, I'm the CEO, I'm the lawyer, I'm the doctor, I'm the phlebotomist, I'm the nurse, I'm the, right? That kind of thing. Okay? So that happens. Now, what you want to do at that point when you're already successful, and what my clients want to do or what they seek to do is to tweak everything so they get better over here. Okay? So what they have done till this point has gotten them here. Now they want to weed the garden. They want to take out the weeds. They want to install new beliefs into their subconscious because what that's going to do is that's going to make a better here, okay? Or their future. Okay, so everything got them here. Okay, now they come to me. Now we're planning this. And all this is modifying whatever is here. Okay, so this works the same for you. You don't have to be a high-powered professional. You don't have to. Okay, so all you need to do is examine what got you here. What's in your subconscious? Now, the law of correspondence, the universal law of correspondence, it's in the 12 universal laws. Now, the law of correspondence tells you that everything out here is a result of everything in here. Okay, so everything out here that exists around you, your friends, your car, your home, your children, everything is a reflection of what is in here or what you have thought. So now when you observe the law of correspondence and you go, oh, this happened because of the actions that I've produced, right? The results, okay? Now you look at the results that you don't want, okay? And you have to look at it like you're shopping in a catalog. You have to look at it like maybe you're shopping on Amazon, okay? But you have to look at it that way, okay? You have to go, well, okay, I like this part of my life. I like this part, but maybe I have to work on the relationship. Maybe I have to work on this part of this. Maybe over here at the success point or the good income level, the dream home, all that stuff, you have all of that now, right? So what are the parts that you want to fix? So you have to make a list. Okay, the first thing is acceptance. You need to accept, okay? Accept. Accept means that, okay, I understand that this is the way it is. The second thing you need to do is you need to reflect on what got you here. The next thing you have to do is decide on what you want to fix, what you want to address, what you want to change, what you want to make better. But you have to make a list. Because if you don't make a list, you're operating up here, the fruits of the tree. Okay, we always talk about the tree. Okay, what's the tree? Okay, the roots are your subconscious beliefs. The trunk of the tree is your paradigm, which is how you see the world, okay, which is based upon your beliefs. And how you see the world dictates your actions or the fruits of the tree. Okay, you will know them by their fruits, right? Okay, and the fruits are the actions. So you'll know how people are by the way they act. You'll be able to see, right? It's exposed. It's there for everyone to observe if you can observe. If you're observing properly. Okay? And you need to be calm in here when you observe. Then you can see. Okay? Not just look, you can see. So now the fruits, right? The actions turn into results. And that's the law of correspondence, and that's how it works from the roots all the way to the actions, to the results. And now everything that you have, everything that surrounds you is the result of what you have thought based upon what you believe and how you see the world. So how do we go about picking and choosing these little things? Okay, make a list. Okay, make a list. Now, of all the things the other thing about making a list, I gotta put this in here. I gotta slide this in, okay? But when you make your list, you have to be honest with yourself. A lot of people are in denial of certain things that they need to fix, right? Okay. So when you make that list of things you need to fix, it's probably not going to be a long list, okay? But you're gonna have a list. You'll probably have maybe a 4 or 5 item short list. You need to create that short list. You need to be honest about that short list. Because you can deceive anybody you want, right? But you can't deceive yourself. If you deceive yourself, you're operating in a false paradigm. It's artificial. It doesn't exist. Okay? You're operating on nothing. And nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So now what do? Well, you make your short list, okay? Now that you have your list, you start using your pen. Number 1, your pen. I am so happy and grateful now that, what? Maybe you've been selfish. Okay, now that I'm generous, now that I'm loving, now that I'm kind, now that I'm helpful, whatever it is. And then end it with thank you, gratitude, thank you. Now that you do that, okay, and now that you've started the process, now you read it out loud. So you write it, speak it, and think it into existence. Okay, now these things, this is not rocket science. This is not something that is hard to do. This is not hard, it's a process. Okay, but the question is, how bad do you want change? Okay, now I always show everybody this stuff. Okay, so this is the old one. These are affirmations, okay? Now, you need to exercise your subconscious mind the same way, okay, that you exercise in the gym. Okay? Because you need to exercise your subconscious. I point here, this is not where your subconscious is, but your subconscious is the culmination of all of your senses, okay? And this is my new one, and I'm just starting on this one, okay? This was, oh, okay, and today's the 12th, so you can see the dates are all like that, okay? That's the 11th. I didn't write my affirmation today yet. I do my live first. But yeah, you have to do this. This is subconscious conditioning, okay? You know how you've been conditioned for other things? You know how you've been conditioned to believe certain things in society? You know, whether it's on social media or whether it's on television, whether it's on the news, whether it's coming from the government or whether it's propaganda or whatever it is, right? So, yeah, you have to condition your subconscious for your benefit, on your behalf, to suit your needs, okay? Because if you cannot be good in here, you cannot be good for your children, you cannot be good for your spouse, you cannot be good for your girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, whatever, okay? You cannot. It's impossible. You have to take care of you first. And this is why I meet a lot of single moms, I meet a lot of single parents, right? And they go, oh, it's all about my kids, all about my kids. My question is, what about you? You know, a lot of my clients have been single mothers. I worked with one single mom, and everything I told her was like new information to her, because no one ever talked to her about her. They always talk to her about, oh, what are you doing for the kids? Oh, you're doing that for the kids? Oh, great, for the kids. Sometimes women are running on empty doing things for the kids. They don't stop to fill themselves up. So the majority of my clients are women, always have been. And I'll tell you why. Because women always seek confidence and security. Okay, so women want to make themselves confident. Why? Because everything in society is slanted against them. Think about it, right? From the Bible on down. From the Bible on down, okay? It's very tough. It's very tough if you're a woman in society. It's tough. It's a hard job. And then being a mother is like 3 full-time jobs, maybe 4 sometimes, okay? But what are you doing for you as a single parent or single mom, single dad, whatever? But you have to make that kind of time. So you have to make me time. It's the same as work-life balance. Okay, so if you wanna put the 50 percentile in there, the marker right here, 50%. Okay. This side is family. This side is children. This side is I'm taking care of my kids. This side is I'm taking care of me. Okay. Now when this goes like this, right, and then I'm taking care of the kids over here, I'm doing this a little bit for me. This is half an hour before I go to bed. I'm gonna enjoy myself for half an hour. I'm gonna, right? You're off balance. You're off balance. So what do? You have to pull it back. Okay, that means to increase the me time. That means to increase the time to fill yourself up so that you have more to give on this side. Because when you have more to give. When you have nothing, you have nothing to give. When you're running on fumes, when you're emotionally drained, how can you give love? Right? So, anyway, but that's a thought. Now, how do you fix it? There's affirmations, meditation, vocalization, visualization. It doesn't matter what you direct it to. It just matters that you direct it to what you want to fix. That's it. In 2007, right, I started doing some serious rabbit hole work because I wanted to find out why things were happening. I wanted to find out what happened. My career was going like this. In 1999, my career went like that. I thought I was just lucky, right? I thought I was lucky. Until 2007, and I'm like, no, I need the next level. I need to go to the next level. And the next level for me meant I need to study this. I need to figure out like what's going on. Why did I succeed and why only now? And what happened right before that changed my mind that led to success? What was that? I mean, I don't really, I'm not really saying I'm successful either, okay? I just go to work. I just work. That's what I do. But I'm saying at that point, I had been successful uh, with a couple of things. And so I was wondering, like, what's producing? I was successful with my students, and I was wondering why these 7-year-old, 8-year-old girls would stand in the middle of my studio, sticking their chest out when they sang, like proud as a peacock, right? With all this self confidence. What was doing this? And I had to do some research. So in 2007, I went down the rabbit hole, did the research, and I found out, oh, it's a hormonal response. It's a brain chemistry thing. Oh, really? Yeah. So the expression of tones at a high rate, okay, or let's say strong velocity, okay, velocity is wind speed, okay, so that's how you measure pressure, okay, in singing. But this process creates this chemical change, and it makes people confident. You know, we were just talking about that this morning. So I'll get to that question in just a sec, Moha. Okay, I see your question. I'll get there in just a second. So when I saw these little kids get so confident, like they wanted to fight when they were singing, they were having a good time, they were happy, okay, but they were confident. And then I go down the rabbit hole, and then I find out quantum physics, and then I found like all these things, right, in 2007. Long story short, by 2010, we created Here For You Life Coaching. And our motto, our slogan is opening eyes, hearts, and minds since 2010. And in 2010, when I started, applying so I started applying it from 2007, but by 2010, we hit the $1 million mark. VoiceMaster Enterprises hit the $1 million mark in 2010. And we were like, whoa, like, and that's the same year we went to Waikiki and did the Waikiki show. So when you look back at your life, okay, that means people are making tens of millions of dollars, right? People that I know make tens of millions of dollars a year. I have a friend that used to own all the Jack in the Boxes and Jamba Juices in Hawaii. And one morning we're having coffee and we're sitting down at his laptop, and he's showing me what they're making in real time. And every time a register rings, like it registers in real time in his laptop. And I'm like, holy cow. Like they were making tons of money, right? And I said, Chris, what's it like? What is success like at your level? Because like he's like light years ahead of me, right? Because, right? And the reason why I hung out with Chris is because he's not, I'm not the smartest person in the room if I'm sitting with him. Okay, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Okay, don't be the smartest person in the room. If you are, get out of the room and go with bigger dogs. Okay, with bigger people, with more ambitious people, or whatever it is in your world. Okay. And when I told him that, and I asked him what success felt like at that level, he looked at me and goes, I don't know, man. I just work. That's what he said. And he was like making huge money. Like I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you because it's not my position to tell you. But I will tell you that when you do these small little adjustments, when you change your thinking, you don't have to change your thinking 100%, 80%, 50%, well, 51% maybe, okay? But you don't have to change it by 50%. In other words, you don't need to change half of your thinking, okay? You just need to change a few key things, but first you gotta know what you wanna change. That means you have to make the list, okay? Making the list means that you take your pen and paper, okay, number one, my finances are not good, okay, write down finances, okay? Number two, relationship, now I gotta, what in the relationship? What in your finances? Write it down. Okay, so number one, finances, A. making more money, B, whatever it is, right? But write those things down. What about your finances do you want to change? What about your relationship do you want to change? Do you want to give more? Okay. Do you want to love more? Do you want to be there more? Some people really want to be there for their kids, but they're too busy working to support their kids. You see? So you write these things down. Now, here's what the subconscious does. The subconscious begins creating pathways and giving you ideas, working with the superconscious to lead you to your goal. It'll give you the answer. But you need to ask the question. Just ask the question. How can I make my relationship better? How can I make my relationship better? People usually don't ask those questions, right? They usually go around going, my relationship sucks. Okay, but anyway, all right. So let me take a break in this discussion here to answer some questions. So we're on 6 different networks right now, different platforms, and one of them is TikTok. Okay, yes, Moha, writing affirmations before you sleep is important, but writing them first thing in the day is first thing in the morning is actually better. Speaking them at night is actually so speaking is more of an imprint in your subconscious than writing. So write it in the morning when you get up, speak it at night before you go to bed. Yes, and your subconscious will, yeah. And you're thank you, Leo. Thank you. Hey, Kitty. Good morning. Lungani. Good morning. Blondell. Good morning. So just to answer the questions. Yes, you're writing your affirmation in the present, okay? Because there's no time is an illusion, you guys. All right? Time is a great illusion, but it's an illusion for a reason. Okay, I got to say that part. Okay, time is an illusion for a reason. Because society needs a calendar. Okay? We need a calendar. We need something to measure this one long now. Okay, we're living in one long now. And this now is separated by the sun and the moon. And in order to make sense of it, in order to have commerce, in order to have organization, in order to form society, we have a calendar. But you're living one long now. So when you write, it's always, I am so happy and grateful now. Okay. Now here's one thing. This is in retrospect. After all the affirmations that I've written over I don't know how many years, since 2007. Okay, I'm very one thing in my paradigm is I'm very bad at math, so I hire a CPA. But here's what I'm going to tell you. So when I look back, right, if there's 2 things I am, it's happy and grateful. I'm very grateful. Okay, I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you being here. And you guys on Facebook, I'm grateful for you guys. Okay, so I'm grateful for you folks. If it wasn't for local people in Hawaii, so I'm in Hawaii, for those of you who just joined us, I'm in Hawaii, and the local people in Hawaii are responsible for me. Without the local people in Hawaii, there would be no such thing as Junior Keikoewa Jr. So, and I owe that to the local people. So I'm very grateful for local people. Okay. And here's the thing, right? When I look back, I go, wow, I've been writing, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then whatever, right? Whatever I want, whatever my target is, whatever my goal is, whatever I want to accomplish. But then the happy and grateful part, right? I've been writing since 2007, so I'm very happy. I'm very grateful, okay? And here's the thing. We had this discussion, Jay and I were discussing this earlier. One of the things that's important to do is to give, okay? To be generous. And I'll tell you why. I'll let you in on a little secret, okay? The fastest way for you to get what you want is to help somebody else get what they want first. Okay, now universal law revolves around the first action. So if you want love, you give love first, okay? If you want money, you give money first. Some people go, well, I don't have any money. You have something. Coins, pennies, okay? Go give it to some children. Give it to children in your neighborhood. Give it to children at the shopping center. Give it to, you know, pennies count with children, okay? And it's always the thought that counts, okay? So if you're thinking of doing it, right? Thoughts become things, thoughts become actions. Just do it, but give, okay? Now, the thing that I give is my time, because when you give your time, you give your life. Giving of your life is important, okay? So when you give of your life, you're going to get blessings, like no matter what. And blessings is not always material, okay? Blessings is not always money. Blessings is not like a new car or whatever. Like, no, it's not that, okay? Blessings can be love, okay? Somebody can love you. Somebody can, do you a favor. You'd be surprised, One of my favorite things is to tip garage attendants well. Okay? You never know when you're gonna need them. Okay, when I go to a hotel and somebody valets my car, I tip them well. And you know what they do? They park my car right up front all the time. Okay. But you have to tip them first. Okay? And then they go, oh, this guy takes care of us. I'm going to take care of him. You see that it's that kind of thing. It's not a flex kind of thing. You go to a restaurant, right? They're serving you first. But then you tip good when you come back. They remember you. They give you better service. I learned this. I learned this about Korean restaurants. They have different levels of service. Okay. So if you're amongst the few that are tipping really, really good, and you wonder why every time you go into the restaurant that you get everything, it's because you're giving first. Don't be afraid to give. Okay? Giving of anything. But if you don't have money, give your time. Your time is your life. It's more valuable than money. Okay? You cannot get your time back. You can get money back all the time. You can earn more money. You cannot get back time. So give your time. I always give my time. It's the most valuable thing I have. I give a lot of my time. In fact, you guys can go to the website and get 30 minutes free with me. No strings, no obligation, no anything. Okay? And I see a lot of people. But this is my dharma. Dharma is your mission. Dharma is why you're here. Why are you here on earth? Have you figured that part out yet? Some people are here to be good mothers. Some people are here to be good fathers. Some people are here to be good doctors. Some people are here to be good teachers. Some people are here to enjoy. Some people are here in misery, right? Because the prison is here, okay? And if you're here and you're living in misery, you're missing the beauty of life. So what's the beauty of life? I used to suffer all the time. I suffered in my 20s. In fact, my 20s were so painful. But there was good parts. There was adventure. I was hanging around with a lot of dangerous people, very dangerous people. But they were good to me. They protected me. They liked me. But it was dangerous. It was very I wouldn't recommend that kind of living, okay? I wouldn't recommend it. Would I do it all over again? I probably would. It was fun, okay? Would it be beneficial to me to do it all over again? Probably not. Probably not. Understand that wisdom is granted. Wisdom is granted. Anybody can get education. Okay, you can educate yourself, you can go to a school. If you do it yourself, it's better. Self-education is always better. Okay, because when you're in a school, what are you learning? You're learning somebody else's thoughts. You're learning someone else's education. Okay? It's a reiteration of someone else. It's a reiteration of another human being. Are they better than you? No, they're not better than you. When you go to college and you're getting your degree, the material that you're studying, it came from another human being. Are they better than you? No. They have a different opinion than you. They have a different view than you. They're not better than you. So, do you need a college education? Hmm, possibly, depending on what you want to do. College is not for everyone. It wasn't for me. I was not interested in anything in college, so I dropped out. When I dropped out, my uncle said, "That's the best thing you ever did." And I was like, my uncle was a Vietnam vet, you know. He was also my first mentor. And he goes, "That's the best thing you ever did." And I'm like, I thought I was a loser when I did that. But I did that to take a dream job. And that dream job was being a production director of 3 radio stations. And I really wanted to do that because I really wanted to do my music. And I thought that, well, if I do radio, I could get to do my music. And I was right, but it didn't happen the way I wanted. I wanted to be signed by a record company, you know. But God said, no, 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 no. You here, we're gonna give you a wedding and party business. And so you can look at it. It's the Junior Kekuewa Junior Roadshow on my Facebook. Just search it on Facebook, the Junior Kekuewa Junior Roadshow. You'll see everything we did. It's all there. There's a public record of everything I've done. This is not a flex, okay? But here's what I'm suggesting to you. I'm suggesting that you do it too, okay? And then post the things that you do, okay? Create pages for whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you do, whatever, you know, because when you look back, you can see what you've done and you know where you're going. If you cannot look back at where you've been and what you've done, you have no idea where you're going. Okay? Then you really need mental discipline. But it's easier if you put up everything you've done and you look back and you go, well, I did this, so I guess I could do that. I got this far, so maybe I can get this far. Okay? And it's good. Because that's why they say it. They say you don't know where you're going unless you look at where you've been. Or unless you understand where you've been. And the reason why they say that is because your subconscious has created this. Here you are, right here. Your subconscious created all of this to get you here. Okay? I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. That part doesn't matter. Whatever it is, whoever you are, whatever you do, right? This is now. Now, if you take this is your experience. This is your education. This is your work experience. This is your life experience. Then you go, okay, well, right about this point, I know what this next section is going to be like. So with my high-powered professionals, as I call them high-powered professionals because they have stressful jobs, right? This is what I tell them. I tell them, well, look back, look at your resume, look at your bio, look at everything you've done. Okay, now you want to do something else over here. Look at this. This represents your work ethic. This represents who you are. This represents what you do. Now you take this and you project it out over here. Those are going to be your results because that's what's in your subconscious. Good or bad. Good or bad. That's what's in your subconscious. Okay? If you've been successful up till now, you're going to be successful in the future because it's still you. The programs are still there. The question is not if you're going to be successful or not by projecting out. The bigger question is, how can I tweak this? How can I fine-tune this so I can get all the mistakes I've made over here and leave them out of this? How can I take the mistakes out of here so I don't make the same mistakes over here? And that's called learning, right? You learn from your mistakes, right? You don't want to repeat the same mistakes. This is what I told you about relationships when we were talking about serial monogamists, okay? They get married over and over and over and over. It doesn't matter what girl it is or what guy it is. They keep making the same mistakes. It's going to mess up the marriage with the first girl, with the second girl, with the third girl. How much you want to keep going? You're going to default to the same paradigm if you don't change it. And you're going to get the same results. Why? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting new results. Do I have to change my paradigm all the time? All the time. That's what this is. That's what this is. Okay. This is called paradigm maintenance. Okay. This is paradigm maintenance. I'm going to show it to you guys one more time. Okay. This is paradigm maintenance. Okay. This is me doing maintenance on my subconscious. Okay. Because I make mistakes, because I have a paradigm that needs to be adjusted, because I need to do that. And because I do that, life is easier. Why is life easier when you do that? Life is easier when you do that because it's predictable. Now you write the plan, now you execute the plan. You write the plan, execute the plan. Thoughts become things. You construct the thoughts, you write down the thoughts go in your subconscious, subconscious goes into your paradigm, paradigm goes into your actions, actions produce results. Very easy. Very easy. Give examples. Okay, meditation guy. Examples of what? I'll give examples, sure. Thank you for your question, by the way, or your comment. Give examples of what? Meditation guy, ask me for examples of, be specific about examples. Examples of what? So anyway. Oh, the paradigm. Okay, how to change your paradigm? Okay, let me run down the paradigm for you. So your paradigm, think of the paradigm as the trunk of the tree, okay? So your subconscious thoughts, beliefs, right? A belief is a thought you keep thinking. So what happens is you start thinking a thought, your predominant thoughts go into your subconscious as programs, as beliefs. So those are the roots of the tree, beliefs, okay? Now, your paradigm is the trunk of the tree, okay? This is the way you see the world. You see the world a certain way based upon what you believe, okay? Now, your paradigm forms your actions because based upon what you believe, okay, based upon your paradigm, the way you see the world, you're going to produce actions conducive to whatever it is that's in your paradigm. And now, with your actions, you get the results. Okay, so if you want to change the results you're getting in life, if you want to change what's happening in your world, you don't start with the actions. And the reason you don't start with the actions is because you can perform any action. I could go do something today, like, let me give you an example. If somebody's going on a diet and they go, okay, from now I'm just going to eat salad. I'm just going to eat salad now. That's all I'm going to do. I'm eat rabbit food and I'm going to lose weight because it's only salad, right? Okay, good intention. Good intention, okay? So now you're eating salad. It's all, go to the restaurant. Oh, I'm just a salad, please, right? I'm just trying to be funny, but yeah, that's what I do. And so now you're eating salad, right? But it just takes that one taste of a piece of bread, Well, I'll just have a breadstick. That tasted good, right? And then your brain goes, hey, it's only one piece. Like maybe you can have another. That's not too much, right? You've been on salad all this time, right? Okay, this is that right-left brain. Okay, this is your left analytical brain, your left reptilian brain, rationalizing you out of your goal. That's what that is. Okay, but how is it operating? Where is it operating from? Does it have a mind of its own? No, it has a paradigm. You remember when you were eating ice cream and cake and cookies and pies and remember? Okay, your paradigm remembers, right? So slowly, those good intentions, those good actions slowly go back to the paradigm and pretty soon, guess what? It's pie, cookies, and cake time again, okay? So what do you have to do? Well, you start with affirmations, meditation, vocalization, and visualization, meditation guy, okay? And what you do is you install new beliefs, Okay, so a belief is a thought you keep thinking. All right, so you keep writing it, you keep thinking it, you keep speaking it, you meditate on it. Okay, you visualize it. Okay, and it comes into material form at some point because your subconscious goes, hey, first I got to give you evidence that this is real. Okay, so it'll point out your reticular activating system, the RAS in your brain, in your brainstem. Okay, your reticular activating system will go, okay, well, we'll show you things conducive to your diet. Okay, so maybe you're writing it. I'm so happy. Just goes, okay. Every time he goes into a party and looks at the dessert table, I'm gonna remind him about his new belief. That's the way it works. Okay. So when you look at the dessert table or you look at food in the supermarket, I go to the supermarket, I can't even buy stuff. I can't even buy stuff. I'll stand in front of, sometimes it's like cheese, and I'll look at the cheese, and my subconscious will go, come on, you really need the cheese? You really want the cheese? Dude, come on, dude. And I'm like, all right, that's okay. And I give in. Why do I give in? Because it's not conducive to the affirmations that I'm writing, that's providing maintenance that I'm doing daily for my paradigm. Okay? It's done through the subconscious, but it's for your paradigm. It's the way you see the world. It's the way you're doing things. So your actions, the fruit of the tree, right? So what do I eat? Mostly carnivore diet. Yeah, mostly carnivore. I try to stay away from starches and stuff. But yeah, so but on my journey, right? I've done a lot of high protein things and stuff like that. It served me, but with the carnivore diet, I have reversed possibly, oh gosh, I don't even get sick, put it that way. On the carnivore diet, I don't even catch a cold. Hard day. I can't even remember the last time I got a cold. But that's me. So I'm not here to say be a carnivore. I'm not here to pass judgment on anybody. I'm not here to tell you what to believe or believe in God or whatever. But I will tell you, if you believe in God or if you don't believe in God, either way, you're a believer. Think about that. I'm here to tell you God is real. Okay, now whether you, because God, when you start describing God, right, it's undescribable, but it's an energy. But God lives in here. The kingdom is in here. Jesus Christ told us the kingdom is in here. The kingdom is within. The temple is here. Okay, the prison is also here. The prison needs to be unlocked. How do you unlock the prison? First step. Okay. The other is through frequency of the human voice. It unlocks the prison like that. In 2 months, I have a different person than I started with. If they come to me once a week for an hour, in 2 months, I have a different person. It unlocks them. It frees up. Jay's daughter right now is going through the process, and she's a different girl in a couple of months. She's a different girl. She's starting to evolve. She's starting, and what it is it's not the evolve like she's beginning to learn stuff. No. Everything is in here. Everything is in here. You were born with infinite knowledge. Don't confuse that with education. It's different. It's different. They're two separate things. If you want to be educated, then fine. Go ahead. But you already were born knowing right from wrong. You already have the knowledge genetically of your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. It comes down the line. Okay? And this is why when you have someone who's never seen a school, they know how to do stuff naturally. Okay? Being a human being is a blessing. Being a human being is a huge blessing. So how does this all tie in? I do fast, meditation guy. I do intermittent fasting. Sometimes I fast. I don't fast for more than 24 hours though. But yeah, I've done, I think 28 hours. Yeah. So yes, the answer is yes. I do fast. I haven't fasted recently like within. Mm, I did intermittent fasting last week. That was the last time, but I haven't done it this week so far. I haven't done it about maybe 8 days. So but when you fast, okay, you're giving your system a break. I'll address that for a little while. You're giving your system a break, but you're also elevating your awareness. Your awareness gets pulled down, okay, when your body has to work overtime. And if your body's working overtime digesting food, it it draws from your awareness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait. Do I know what that does? Yeah, 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 yeah. So fasting is good for you. Fasting is good for you. Well, science is not 100% sure about this, but autophagy, right? Cleaning dead cells, getting dead cells out of your system. Autophagy, the process of expelling dead cells. Science is not exactly 100% on it, like when it happens or if it happens at a certain point. They don't know. Um, but you would have to probably I would think, okay, this is just me, but I would think you would have to fast for at least 3 days to begin the process. Okay, but that cleans you out. Okay, now keep in mind that as a human being, your cells are continuously being replenished. Okay, continuously. You have a different body right now than you did last week. So people who are in disease, if you have a diseased body, you will have health problems. You need to rest. Human beings need more rest than they do sleep. I like to sleep just because I like to sleep. But human beings need more rest than sleep. So what does that mean? That means you can just lie down and just lie down and take a break. I work at home. I have a home office. And when I'm not working, I go down and lie down on the bed and I just rest. Okay? Just rest. Let your body relax. Okay? Or let's say it another way, put your body at ease. And if you're at ease, you counteract stress. Yeah. Thank you for sharing the live meditation guide. Feel free, you guys. Leo, share the live. Uh, yeah, I wanna greet everybody. Aura Love. Hey, Aura Love. I watch your channel. I watch your channel. You're so funny. So, when you are in this state of dis-ease, okay, overthinking, dis-ease, okay, emotional unrest, emotions, okay, that's why they have the term emotional intelligence. Because when you become emotionally intelligent, right, and we're seeing this with Jay's daughter, by the way, she's becoming emotionally intelligent slowly. Okay, so human beings evolve. What's necessary in this process? Well, the vocalization process. And what happens? Well, they go from here, like this, okay? They go from here, they start to relax. They go like this, like that, and then they open, 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 open. Now, when you're open to new ideas, you're open to new suggestions, you're open to improvement, you're open to learning, you're open, okay? You're open to people. In order to love, you need to be open. In order to love freely, you need to be open. Unconditional love is being totally open. You wanna come? You wanna love me? Okay. You wanna go? Okay, go. You wanna come back? Okay, come back. You wanna go again? Okay, bye bye. Unconditional love. Okay? Unconditional. If you place conditions on anything, when you give, you need to give unconditionally. I give unconditionally. People kind of like, some people, okay, not all. Some people are like, "Well, he just gave me his time." Well, that's different. But I give time because I've been given blessings. I've been given blessings. And before I received the blessings, I was giving time. I've always given time. Your time is your life. Give your time. Take time. When you tell somebody, "I don't have time for that." Ooh, to me that's a big no-no. Yeah. You have to make time. When you make time for others, okay? When you make time for someone to help them, either with advice or with sharing your solutions, like, "Oh yeah, that happened to me, but you know how I did it? I did it like this, like this." This gives someone else an idea. Human beings are intelligent. They don't need handouts. You don't need to give a human being a handout. You need to inspire them. You need to give them hope. Human beings need hope. And what does that mean? That means if you share something that happened to you, that happened to them, that you're both talking about, and you tell them what you did. Sometimes, "Oh, I went to church, and then ever since I started, going to church, I got hung up on church, but it turned out good for me." That kind of thing. I'm just being funny, but yeah, like that. So give your time. When you give your time, you're giving your life. It's more than money. Money is easy. You can make more money. Don't worry about money, right? But give your time. If you're really serious about giving, if you're really serious about being generous, give your time. That's your life. How much of your time are you going to give? How much of your time are you willing to give? You notice the conditions comes with it's unconditional. It's so freeing. Yeah, it's so freeing. It is. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's right, Jake. Yeah. So when you give, okay, when you give, don't expect anything in return. Don't expect anything in return when you give. Just give. But give of your time. Give something valuable. Your time is valuable. It's your life. Anybody can throw money at a charity. Okay, we have charities in town. They always ask me, "Oh, would you like to donate to our charity?" And I said, I do my own tithing. I do my own tithing. But I tithe with my life. Some people tithe with their money, right? They donate $500 a month to XYZ Foundation or whatever. Okay, and there's some people that make a lot of money off of other people's money, off of other foundations in nonprofits. Don't get me started on that. You're not gonna like what I have to say. But I will tell you, okay, this is not about hating on anything, but I'm just gonna tell you that your time, your life is the most valuable thing you have. That's what you give. If you want big blessings, you want huge blessings, give that. Anybody can throw money at anything. Throw money, throw money. It's just money. It's Federal Reserve notes. It doesn't have any value. Perception. You give up your time. You sit down with someone and show them how to do something. You sit down with someone and share your experiences. You sit down with someone and give them love. Give them positivity. Give them hope. It will fill them up. And guess what happens to you? The same thing. It will fill you up. And then you will be full. And then you'll have more to give. Isn't that strange? The more you give, the more full you are. The more generous you become. The more you get, the more you're full. It's a continuous cycle. Give full, give full, give full, give full. There you go. Right? So, give. Okay? Give first, love first. Anything you want. Anything you want. Give first. Give it first. Do whatever it is first. And then you start the cycle. Once you start the cycle, you don't have to restart it, but you just continuously give. You just continuously love. Do you stop loving? Oh yeah, of course. Of course. You get tired, right? You're like, all I do is love. Okay, so we're human beings with that windshield wiper syndrome, okay? Good, bad, love, not love, love, not love, or love. We don't want to say hate, okay? Hate is a strong word. Hate is a bad word, okay? But it's love out of love, love out of love, love out of love. And we float that way all the time. We're in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Hopefully, when you begin to open, when you begin to unlock the prison, okay, the prison's here, but the unlocking process looks like this, looks like this, looks like this, and then open. Hopefully, when you do that, the cycle continues, because now you're open, now your awareness is increased. When your awareness is increased, what happens? You can navigate the world a lot easier because you see things for what they are. The blinders come off, the veil lifts, and you see things. You see truth. Okay? It's truth in your reality. Everyone has a different reality. People have different truths. Okay? But you see everything for what it is. Okay? It's not this, it's not that, it's just what it is. No judgment, but this is what it is. Now you can navigate. Don't try to explain it to somebody else, because you'll sound crazy. You'll sound crazy to them, because to them it's foreign. But you enjoy it in here, you keep it in here, you're empowered in here, and you navigate like this, and you're happy. And your happiness is what counts. Your happiness is what you were here to experience. You were here to live in joy and happiness and freedom. I didn't create all of my companies to make $1 million. That was never my goal. Okay? That was never my goal. My goal was freedom. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and that's how I live my life. Okay? Does it have any downsides? Oh, yeah. Do I have challenges? Yeah. I have bigger challenges because I'm dealing with a bigger thing. The bigger your things are, or the more things you have, the bigger challenges you have. Okay? Some people don't want challenges. Some people just want to live a nice, quiet little life in a cabin way up in the mountains away from everybody, and that's success for them. That is success for them. Okay? So, we've come to the end of our lives. Thank you so much, you guys. Meditation guy, hang on. What is this? Just like you're saying, giving out these videos with love. Yeah, I'm giving these videos with love. I'm not getting paid for this. This is my community service. Thank you, meditation guy. It's nice to have you. First time I've seen you, so please come back. We're here tomorrow morning, same time. It's 7:59 right now in Honolulu, Hawaii, where I am. Thank you. You can actually go to the website and email me and have a free 30-minute session with me. Absolutely free. I'm not going to try and sell you anything. I have clients. This is my gift. Okay. So anyway, yep. Tomorrow morning, same time, 7 a.m. And we'd like to end our international feed right now. So TikTok, YouTube, Trovo, Twitch, like all you guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on the feed. Yeah. Sign up. Sure. I'd love to help, whatever I can offer. Thank you, meditation guy.